If you've ever tried to prepare a technical training for programmers, then you'll know how much work that is. But the good news is there are a lot of free online resources, especially around test-driven development and software design skills. In this video, I'll show you around the Samman coaching website that I'm responsible for, which is a great place for inspiration. Hi, I'm Emily Bache, software developer and creator of Samman Coaching. Welcome to my channel. This video is sponsored by Tuple, who make an app for remote pair and ensemble programming for both Mac OS and Windows. And I'd like to show you just how smooth it is. So I'm going to call up my friend Jack to help me with this bit of code. Hi, Jack. So I can just share my screen with one click and then he can look at the code and help me out. Yeah, I spotted something he wants to change there. And Jack can just dive right in and start editing in my machine on my code. And we can collaborate really well. So do check it out. Go to their website. There's a link in the show notes. Let's head over to sammancoaching.org so I can show you some of what's available. The front page of the website here explains a little bit about what technical coaching is and what this site is all about. So do have a look at that. But I want to take you through some of the free resources that are available for coaches here. So firstly, a collection of descriptions of code katas. And these are some of my favorite code katas. And you can find in each one of these links a description of the exercise, what it is you need to do in the code, where I got the kata from. And then if there's a learning hour that uses this particular code kata, you'll find links to those. So learning hours are a kind of an actual training session that's planned and uses the code kata in a context where you can teach specific learning goals. So this is the top level menu for learning hours, and you can browse the available descriptions here by topic or author or by kata. So this is how I normally look for them, actually, by topic. So if I'm working in a team and we need to learn more about refactoring, then I can look for these learning hours. And if I just go into a random learning hour, you can see they all have the same format. They're all designed to take about an hour for a team of programmers. Usually they have learning goals that are explicit, an outline of how long to spend on each part. These are all structured with the 4C learning model from Sharon Bowman. So this will tell you how to orient yourself within the different sections. And then descriptions of what to do in each part of the learning hour. So these are very helpful when you're planning training with your team. So you can find them, there's like, I don't know, about 100 on this site. If you want the ones that also I've made a video of, there's a link to those ones here. And these ones will go to the description and show you the same kind of page I showed you before. Now, there's also learning hours mentioned in the book that I published a few years ago, and those are also listed here. So hopefully, with these resources, you'll be able to get started with some learning hours with your team. If you'd like to get a little bit of extra support, the Samman Society also offers training courses. These are for money, these are paid, so I want to focus on the free resources today, so let's just skip over that to look at the reference section. So when you're designing your own learning hours, you might find it helpful to let people refer to authoritative sources on the topics that you're discussing. And I found that there wasn't a good enough authoritative source on the internet for code smells. So I thought I would write one. So this is a list of all the code smells from Martin Fowler's book, but also some additional code smells that I found that I needed, that I'd learned from other coaches or I've discovered myself, that I've also written up here. So if you want to help people to learn about, say, divergent change, there's a short description here of what that is and where I got it from. So I find this a useful reference in learning hours, particularly ones about refactoring and legacy code. And because I had code smells, I felt I also need to have refactorings. This part is not so comprehensive as the code smells, but I think it's useful to get an idea of the steps in a refactoring, and particularly when you've got IDE support, that can change the way you do the refactoring compared with Martin Fowler's book. So I spent the time to write up a few of these, like extract function, in the format proposed by Brian Beachman with examine, prepare, implement, clear, and then follow up. Perhaps there's follow-up refactorings that you should do, And of course, the links to any code smells that are referenced and learning hours that actually also use this refactoring. So that's the reference materials section. Also useful when you're planning your own learning hours is these activities. So I do encourage you to use Sharon Bowman's structure, the 4C model, which means that all the activities in a learning hour belong to one of these categories. And sometimes you have an idea about the learning goal or the topic you'd like to discuss, but not the format for how to make it interactive and engaging. So here you can get some inspiration, basically. For a Connect activity, you might do a code review or ask for 3 facts or pick only the correct items, or, these are all kind of formats for holding a Connect activity. So if you click on the link, it explains how it works, explains how long it takes, and usually an outline of why you should choose this one when its benefits, you should use it. So those are Connect activities. There are similar activities for conclusions. I use this one a lot. Explain the main idea. So powerful, just getting people to think about that in the conclusions section of a session. So there's a bunch of other ideas here. If you read through these, you'll recognize that I use them in a lot of learning hours. So these are kinds of activities you could have in your learning hour. Beyond that, the next top level menu item here is more about the Samman Technical Coaching Society that I founded. It's a not-for-profit. Our mission is to support technical coaches everywhere with resources and opportunities to meet other coaches. So to that end, we have events. Some of these are free. For example, our open space networking event that happens about once a month that anyone is welcome to. And the last top level menu item here is the contact form if you'd like to get in touch with us about anything on the site or how we can help you with your technical coaching career. I hope you'll find useful resources from this video. And if you'd like to find out more about technical coaching and join the Samman community, I recommend you sign up for our newsletter and claim my free PDF guide to TDD heuristics. Samman Coaching, growing excellence in coding together.